As of May 15, 2025, Canadian rapper Tory Lanez, born Daystar Peterson, remains hospitalized following a violent prison attack and is at the center of renewed legal efforts challenging his 2022 conviction for the shooting of Megan Thee Stallion. Prison stabbing incident. On May 12, Lanez was stabbed 14 times by fellow inmate Santino Casio at the California Correctional Institution in Tehachapi. Casio, serving a life sentence for murder with a history of in-prison violence, inflicted wounds to Lanez's back, torso, head, and face, causing both lungs to collapse. Lanez was rushed to a hospital in Bakersfield, where he remains in stable condition and is reportedly breathing on his own. Legal developments. While recovering, Lanez's legal team has presented new evidence asserting his innocence in the 2020 shooting of Megan Thee Stallion. At a recent press conference, advocates claimed Lanez did not fire the weapon and criticized the fairness of his trial, alleging bias and media influence. They are urging California Governor Gavin Newsom to intervene in the case. Musical endeavors. Despite his incarceration, Lanez released his 8th studio album, Peterson, on March 7, 2025. Recorded entirely from prison using AI technology, the album features collaborations with artists like Max B and Lanez's family members. Lanez described it as the first ever in real-time prison album. This is one of the most shocking updates in recent celebrity news. Tory Lanez, once a chart-topping rapper, is now fighting for his life after a brutal prison attack, while simultaneously launching a last-ditch effort to clear his name in the Megan Thee Stallion shooting case. Revolving light. The story is unraveling in real time, and it's more intense than ever. The stabbing incident. On May 12, 2025, Tory Lanez, real name Daystar Peterson, was viciously stabbed 14 times by another inmate at the California Correctional Institution in Tehachapi. The attacker? Santino Casio, a convicted murderer serving a life sentence. Authorities say Casio has a history of prison violence, and this wasn't a random fight. Lanez suffered deep wounds to his head, torso, back, and face. Both of his lungs reportedly collapsed, and he was immediately rushed to a hospital in Bakersfield. Thankfully, he's now in stable condition and breathing on his own. But insiders say the trauma was intense. The recent developments include a press conference held by his legal representatives, who alleged that Lanez did not fire the weapon and that the trial was influenced by bias and media pressure. They are appealing to California Governor Gavin Newsom for intervention. Additionally, Lanez's former bodyguard, Jaquan Smith, has provided a sworn affidavit claiming that Megan Thee Stallion's then best friend, Kelsey Harris, was seen holding a gun during the incident. Despite these efforts, the legal process is ongoing, and no court has ruled to overturn Lanez's conviction at this time. The motive behind the attack? Still under investigation, but the Department of Corrections and Kern County officials have launched a full inquiry. Where things stand now, Tory Lanez, Daystar Peterson, is currently serving a 10-year sentence following his 2022 conviction for the July 2020 shooting of rapper Megan Thee Stallion. A Los Angeles jury found him guilty on 3 felony counts, including assault with a semi-automatic firearm, carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm, discharging a firearm with gross negligence. He was sentenced in August 2023 and has since been incarcerated in California. Balance scale. Recent developments. A push to overturn the conviction. 1. New evidence and affidavit. Lanez's legal team has recently made public new claims in an effort to overturn the conviction. Sworn affidavit from Jaquan Smith, Tory Lanez's former bodyguard, stating that Kelsey Harris, Megan Thee Stallion's then best friend, was allegedly seen holding the gun during the altercation. His team asserts that Lanez was wrongly convicted, and key evidence was ignored or misrepresented during trial proceedings. 2. Press conference and legal appeal. In early May 2025, Lanez's attorneys held a press conference, stating that the trial was compromised by media bias and unfair public perception. The case should be reviewed by the Governor of California, Gavin Newsom, for potential intervention. They're calling for a post-conviction relief process based on alleged new exculpatory evidence. Will Tory Lanez be released or found not guilty? As of now, Tory Lanez has not been found not guilty. He is still serving his sentence, although he remains in a hospital recovering from a violent prison stabbing. No official court ruling has overturned his conviction. Appeals and motions for reconsideration or clemency are ongoing, but those are typically slow and rarely successful without overwhelming new evidence. Other complicating factors: prison attack. Just days ago, Lanez was stabbed 14 times by a fellow inmate with a history of violence. He remains in stable condition, but this has added urgency and public attention to his case. Public division. The public remains sharply divided. Some argue Lanez was a victim of public and systemic bias. Others stand firmly with Megan Thee Stallion and believe the original verdict was just. The case continues to spark debates about how high-profile black men are treated in the legal system, protection and belief in black women, the influence of celebrity culture and media narratives in court cases. What happens next? Lanez's legal team will continue filing post-conviction relief motions. If the governor or courts agree to re-examine the case, a retrial or sentence commutation could happen, but that's not guaranteed. Megan Thee Stallion has remained largely quiet since sentencing, but any new developments could prompt a response. Bottom line: Tory Lanez has not been cleared or released. He is actively appealing his conviction, and his legal team is fighting hard, but there is no decision yet from any court or government body that could lead to his release. New evidence and public claims. Lanez's legal team has come forward with new evidence. A sworn affidavit from his former bodyguard claims Megan's former best friend, Kelsey Harris, was actually seen holding the gun that night. This directly challenges the prosecution's entire case. They've even held a press conference, pushing the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, to reopen the case. They're saying Tory's conviction was the result of media bias, flawed testimony, and missing facts. At the same time, Tory was just the victim of a brutal prison attack, stabbed 14 times by another inmate. He's currently recovering in a hospital but still under state custody, so is he getting out? As of now, the answer is no. Tory Lanez has not been declared innocent, and his sentence has not been overturned. These new claims may be enough to reopen legal discussions, but unless a judge or the governor intervenes, Lanez remains a convicted felon. His team is fighting hard. His fans are rallying behind him. But legally? This is still an uphill battle. Please subscribe, like, and share this video for more updates on this case. Thanks for watching.